Hey guys, what's up? Excuse the lack of attire. We've got something called summer here in the UK, in Britain at the moment, so yeah. Have I told you that I'm somewhat in love with the Smith-Morra Gambit? Why didn't anyone tell me before now that I should be playing it? Damn! Okay, so this game I played on Lead Chess. It was like a bad chess day today. My chess.com blitz has gone down into the 1200s, I think. However, I then went on and played a couple of rapids on Lead Chess. The reason is I'm kind of toying with not renewing my chess.com membership. Honestly, it's £80 a year. It's like $90 or $95 a year, something like that. And I love Lead Chess, and it's great. One thing I like about chess.com is how the rating system is closer to proper ELO and stuff like that. But you know, hey, it's just numbers anyway. It doesn't really matter. So, Misa in love with the Smith-Morra Gambit. Yeah. When black plays 1c5 and then goes on to die, that's a mora. Anyway. So let's go through this game. It ain't the shortest game, 35 moves. However, yours truly gets a decisive advantage quite quickly. Okay, so this is the Smith-Morra Gambit. Semi-accepted, fully accepted, happy days, right? We're a pawn down. One day we're going to try and recover that pawn. They play the g6 kind of fianchetto idea. And I can't exactly remember what I should be doing here, so I decide to develop as normal. They fianchetto the bishop, bishop c4. Right, this is a great opening for people who don't want to remember heaps and heaps of theory. And now e6. Now here's something I do remember. Something I do remember is, e6, it's so logical, it's so normal, it's like what could possibly go wrong? But you've left a big hole here on d6. Because this pawn ain't here anymore to protect it. And guess what? Mr. Sicilian player, you don't have a c-pawn anymore. It's gone. You threw it out into the board on move 1. So I remembered from my theory that the correct move here is knight b5. And the point of knight b5 is we're threatening to come into here and hit the king and make the king move. And there's nothing guarding it. I guess the queen could go there, but no, that doesn't even work because our queen defends that square. So we've got double eyes on that square. Black has no eyes on that square. What are you going to do? Okay, so what black decides to do is play knight to e7, which is like, okay, I wasn't really expecting that, but in we come anyway and the king has to move. So we're already 1 up to white. Yeah, we're down a pawn, but look, pew, 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 right? And pew against pew, pew, right? Yeah, it's a bishop. That's a bad knight. The king's lost castling rights. Let's crack on. So, off moves the king. What do? Castles, right? And now we have queen c7. This bishop is defended by the knight. My knight is defended by my queen. I'm kind of feeling all right here. Obviously, I don't want to be tricked into this. I would lose my rook. Okay, so I slide my rook over to b1. Maybe it wasn't the best move, but for now, everything's defended. I'm thinking about pushing e5. I'm thinking about even my knight coming in there at some point in time. It's all forwards, 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 and that's what I love about this opening. The quiet a6. What's the point of a6? Probably trying to remove a retreat square from the knight. So now this is something else I remember. You hold back with your dark squared bishop until it has a sensible square to go to, and here it does. Because why? The queen's on c7. This happens a lot in the Smith-Morra Gambit. Okay, and as soon as it does, right, we're going to get a step closer to connecting our rooks. We want to get a rook in line with a queen. You know, all of this good stuff. Queen moves forward, stepping out of. I mean, obviously, there's a threat here. You know, the threat is like knight takes f7, attacking the rook with a discovery on the queen. Even if the queen takes that, we can take the rook. We've opened up. I don't know. We've got a pawn and a rook for 2 pieces anyway. Queen steps out of that. So black is here. You can just feel already that black is like in retreat mode already. In comes the knight. Right? I've got now 2 attackers on this f7 square. It's defended only by the king. Is black going to give up his bishop and suffer an attack on the rook? No, he's not. He pushes the queen forward again. Obviously, I'm attacking the queen. Right? And so I grab this pawn here. We're going to force the rook to move. Rook g8. Very natural. And now b4. I figure the queen can't go. I took time to colour all this in. Queen can't go to any of these squares. If she goes here, I have the option of trading off and peeling open the king's position. Actually, it kind of peels open this rook, so maybe we'd think twice about that. I don't know. But b4, forwards, forwards, forwards. Right, and how many times has black had to move this queen already? Right, look at all black's junk is on the back 3 rows. That's not great. And look, I've already got a horse halfway down his throat. It's like, eat my horse, black. Now, obviously, I could pick off this bishop at any time, but seriously, look at this bishop's prospects in the game. We will see what happens to this bishop or doesn't happen to it later on. Okay, push on, e5. Defends this knight. Bishop can't take here because I take back. Right? It's like everything's just going wrong for black all at once. This looks like a decent move. Knight coming out to f5. Maybe he wants to trade off. But I figure, you trade off. I still have a knight in an outpost, also defended by a pawn. Pawn defended by the bishop. Knight defended by the queen. This knight still has the job of defending that, but if he takes, I take back, and I still have a knight defending that bishop, so that seems all right. But I drop my bishop back anyway, and the reason is I'm eyeing up, obviously, rook c1. Because this bishop here is undefended. Why is it undefended? Because Muppet over here is being forced to move his king. Why did he move his king? Because he pushed e6, which looked very natural in the start, right? Right near the beginning of the game. What was that? What was that? That was move 6. He did that. Okay, and this is him paying the price for all of that. His rook is the wrong side of the king. His rook is not involved. I'm now threatening this. The queen can't retreat to defend the bishop. So what does he do? Queen drops back 1 here. I attack, and he blocks with the knight. Right, so he's surviving. Material, I think, is equal at this point. And now a4. So what I'm going to do, right, what is this? A pinned piece. I have eyes. Right, the rook is pinning the knight. Attack. So I want to do this. Even if you take, I take back. I'm still attacking the pin piece with the pawn. Nearly always a good thing. Off goes the queen. I attack the knight anyway. He takes, I take. Knight retreats. Okay, and look at this. I'm loving it. Look at my king. He's got the paper out. He's smoking a pipe. He's got his feet up in front of the fire. He's more than happy. He's not had anything to do. He's done one thing and castled, and now he's just going snoozing. Right? Bishop g5, attacking this knight. Not 100% sure if that's the best move, but this is one of those positions now where I'm like... So what I want to do is I want to remove the knight defending this, because I'd love to be able to play rook takes c8 with a fork on king and queen, right? My problem is now, with this here, again paired knights, but look, we've both got paired knights and they're right in black's territory. If I take, he can recapture with this, but then, we'll deal with that. He takes here. I take with my knight, and now I am seriously threatening to capture here. King takes, but then after king takes, it's not a fork anymore, is it? But still, I'm kind of okay. Notice this pawn is currently undefended and under attack by Mr. Bishop over here. Right, the knight is defended also by the queen. So what do? Oh, we lose the pawn. We lose the pawn. I then take here. Queen can't recapture, knight recaptures. Look at this poor queen now, stuck off in the corner, right? So for the time being, I'm a pawn down. I'm no longer a pawn down. And I'm attacking this pawn here. And I'm potentially threatening this. Ideas of giving up the exchange, that would be checkmate. Okay? See? I take the knight. Queen, if queen recaptures, is checkmate on here. My queen covers all the squares, so he can't have that. Lifts a rook. I go queen d8 check, king comes up, I come back, we mess around a bit, I recapture the pawn. Obviously I can't take the bishop because it's defended by the queen. But this is really brown trousers time for black. Rook comes in front of the king. I give check with the bishop. Bishop blocks, we trade off, right? I now line up my spare bishop, threatening obviously to capture the rook with check. Rook comes up here, I give check. King runs away, I come back, here king goes there. And now rook to d1. There was a better move here. Apparently queen up here was better. Queen coming back there. The rook can't block because I've now got eyes on there. But that's not what I played. I played my other rook over, which is apparently a mistake. There's now a serious threat, of course, of this, but you can only do that if you're not getting checked or checkmated yourself. I play rook d7 check anyway. The king really needs now to go onto the back rank. He can't go to this square because of the bishop, and he can't go here because of the queen, and he can't go there, right? So he really has to, but here he's going to get in some serious trouble anyway. I think rook drops back to the back rank, and then what's going to happen? Oh, no, he can't go in the corner because simply queen takes h7 is mate. So he would have to come here. And after that, I guess I've got to check here. It's not looking good. But anyway, he doesn't do that. He blocks with the rook. And then I take the rook, and this is, again, defended by the bishop. And this is a fork on king and queen, and black resigns. Okay, so I have open now the Lichess analysis. This is with computer analysis. You get to request computer analysis. It's giving me 86% accuracy. It's giving opponent 79% accuracy. So what's my rating? 1832. Opponent is 1840. This is Lichess. You can take off about 400 points for a chess.com equivalent. So this is kind of about right. Okay, but what I want to do, I want to go through the opening. Obviously, this is all bookity book. And this is actually a blunder. It's a blunder. They should have brought out the knight to c6, apparently, and then suffered have to deal with the storm another way. But it's a blunder. But it's only a blunder if you play correctly. So knight b5, best move. Knight e7, another blunder. Should have played d5. Counter-attacking. That kind of looks unintuitive here. Flip the board. d5. And then, yes, we take. Oh yeah, d5, because the queen then defends that square. Yeah, I remember that from my study. Okay. And then they take... Wow. And then it's saying... What? No. It's saying d takes e6. Oh no, hang on. Okay, no, they might push a6. But anyway, flip the board. This isn't what happened. He played knight in here. This is the best move, knight d6 check. And it's already plus 5.5 for white. Okay, now apparently castles here was wrong. Knight g5 was best. Okay, so it's saying, look, you don't have to sweat. It's not, black's nowhere, right? All the gates are shut. Black's in survival mode already. It's saying, come in here. Don't let the bishop take you out. But knight g5 threatening, wow. I even missed that. And that's just horrible. Right, knight g5 is plus 5.7. Then they have to push f5. And then I can castle. Okay, so that, maybe you want to remember. We'll see. We'll see. But pretty much, I think that is more or less as far as we need to go, right? I'm learning the Smith-Morra Gambit opening. I'm learning the general ideas. I'm learning to go for a balls-out attack. I think that's what we got. I think we have delivered. Be still my beating heart. I'm in love with this opening. And that's all I have to say about that. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.